Okay, so if you could just start with introducing yourselves, please.
I'm Charles Peebles. I'm Music Director at UCOpera since 2002, I suppose.
And I'm Christopher Cowell, and I'm the Stage Director of the current production of the Snowmaiden for UCOpera.
Charles, could you tell us a little bit about the history of UCOpera?
Well, as somebody pointed out to me the other day, I've become a reasonably substantial part of that history, since I think I've been responsible for about a fifth of the opera company's productions now. But it goes back to 1951, and the idea of it was to revive or introduce to the public unfamiliar operas. The deal is it has to be unfamiliar, but that can interestingly cover a number of things. It can be operas that never were successful in the first place, some which had a period of success and then lapsed, or something like Snyegurochka, which was Chris's choice. I hasten to put the blame on him at this point, which is successful in other territories but new really to the West and to Britain.
Chris, why were you particularly keen to do the Snowmaiden this year?
For various reasons. Firstly, it is an absolutely beautiful score. It is simply the most ravishing music. Secondly, because I have a particular interest in Russian repertoire. And thirdly, because we need to find operas here which will exploit to the maximum the students' own participation in the event. So it's an opera that contains a whole swathe of smaller roles that singers who are not fully trained as opera singers can take on effectively. So we were able to use a good number of student soloists and a student chorus to add to our roster of professional musicians.
Sort of tying into that, Charles, how does the Snowmaiden link to the rest of Rimsky-Korsakov's repertoire?
I'm probably not the best person to answer that, in the sense that we know Rimsky in the West very, very well through certain orchestral pieces, Scheherazade, Capriccio Espagnol, Russian Easter Festival Overture, which have been long staples and classics, but the operas are just not familiar to us at all. And that's got a lot to do with, perhaps, as far as the Russian theatre music, with some exceptions, the operas of Mussorgsky and one or two of Tchaikovsky, one perhaps thinks ballet first rather than opera, and the fact that Rimsky has written so many operas that we don't know it's just strange how some things catch up. I mean, one of the things which really fascinates me about Snyegurochka is everybody knows that Rimsky taught Stravinsky, but what most people won't know is that Stravinsky's father sang in the premiere of the Snyegurochka as Father Frost, which I think is a wonderful tie-up. And for those of you who know Firebird, you will realise where Stravinsky got it from.